In the intricate web of human connections, finding balance in relationships is a pursuit that resonates deeply with many. Relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, are fundamental to our existence and significantly impact our well-being. However, maintaining harmony within these relationships can often be challenging due to the complexities of human emotions, expectations, and interactions. This is where the timeless wisdom of Buddhist teachings can offer profound insights and practical guidance. Buddhism, with its rich philosophical and ethical framework, provides a path to understanding and achieving balance in various aspects of life, including relationships. Central to Buddhist thought is the concept of balance or middle way, which advocates for a harmonious approach that avoids extremes. This principle can be particularly beneficial when applied to relationships, helping individuals navigate the delicate equilibrium between self-interest and the needs of others. The essence of Buddhist teachings lies in cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. These qualities are not only essential for personal growth, but also serve as cornerstones for building and sustaining healthy relationships. By integrating these principles into our daily interactions, we can foster deeper connections, resolve conflicts more effectively, and create a more compassionate and understanding environment. In this exploration of finding balance in relationships through Buddhist teachings, we will delve into various aspects such as the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, mindfulness practices, and the cultivation of loving kindness, metta. We will also examine the role of non-attachment, the acceptance of impermanence, and effective communication skills rooted in right speech. Through these teachings, we aim to provide practical tools and insights that can help nurture balanced and fulfilling relationships. As we embark on this journey, it is important to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to reflect on our own behaviors and attitudes. The path to balanced relationships is not a destination, but an ongoing process of learning, growth, and transformation. By embracing the wisdom of Buddhism, we can aspire to create relationships that are not only harmonious, but also enriching for all involved. In Buddhism, the concept of balance is deeply rooted in the principle of the middle way, which advocates for a path of moderation away from the extremes of self-indulgence and self-mortification. This principle is not only applicable to personal spiritual practice, but also extends to various aspects of life, including relationships. Balance in Buddhism is about finding harmony and equilibrium, ensuring that neither excess nor deficiency disrupts the natural flow of life. It involves a mindful awareness of one's actions, thoughts, and emotions, and how they impact oneself and others. The middle way encourages individuals to cultivate a balanced approach by recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and the impermanent nature of existence. This understanding helps in fostering relationships that are grounded in mutual respect, compassion, and empathy. By avoiding extreme behaviors and attitudes, one can maintain a sense of inner peace and stability, which is essential for nurturing healthy and fulfilling relationships. In Buddhist teachings, balance is also associated with the concept of equanimity, which refers to maintaining mental calmness and evenness of temper, especially in difficult situations. Equanimity allows individuals to respond to relationship challenges with wisdom and patience, rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. This balanced state of mind helps in creating an environment where open communication and understanding can flourish. Furthermore, balance in Buddhism involves the practice of mindfulness, which is the continuous awareness of one's body, feelings, thoughts, and surroundings. Mindfulness helps individuals stay present in their interactions with others, enabling them to listen deeply and respond thoughtfully. It prevents the mind from being swayed by distractions or negative emotions, thereby promoting a balanced and harmonious relationship dynamic. Overall, understanding the concept of balance in Buddhism provides a foundation for building relationships that are resilient, compassionate, and grounded in mutual respect. By embracing the middle way and practicing mindfulness and equanimity, individuals can navigate the complexities of relationships with greater ease and grace. The Four Noble Truths form the foundation of Buddhist teachings and offer profound insights into the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. When applied to relationships, These truths can provide a framework for understanding and addressing the challenges that arise in our interactions with others. The first noble truth, the truth of suffering, dukkha, acknowledges that dissatisfaction and discomfort are inherent parts of life. In relationships, this means recognizing that conflicts, misunderstandings, and emotional pain are inevitable. Accepting this reality helps us approach our relationships with a sense of realism and prepares us to handle difficulties with greater resilience. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering as craving or attachment, tanha. In the context of relationships, this craving often manifests as unrealistic expectations, possessiveness, or a desire for control. By understanding that these attachments are the root causes of our relational suffering, we can begin to let go of unhealthy dependencies and cultivate a more balanced and compassionate approach to our interactions. This involves recognizing our own desires and how they may be contributing to tension or conflict within the relationship. The third noble truth offers hope by asserting that the cessation of suffering is possible. In relationships, this means that by addressing the root causes of our dissatisfaction, our cravings and attachments, we can achieve a state of harmony and contentment. This does not imply that relationships will be free from challenges, but rather that we can develop the skills to navigate these challenges without being overwhelmed by them. The cessation of suffering in relationships involves cultivating qualities such as patience, understanding, and forgiveness. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to the cessation of suffering through the Eightfold Path. This path provides practical guidelines for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, all of which are essential for nurturing healthy relationships. By integrating principles such as right understanding, right intention, right speech, and right action into our daily interactions, we can create a foundation for more meaningful and balanced connections with others. The Eightfold Path encourages us to be mindful of our thoughts, words, and actions, fostering an environment where mutual respect and compassion can flourish. In summary, applying the Four Noble Truths to relationships involves acknowledging the inherent challenges, dukkha, identifying and letting go of unhealthy attachments, tanha, striving for harmony, nirodha, and following a path of ethical conduct and mindfulness, magga. By embracing these teachings, we can transform our relationships into opportunities for growth, connection, and genuine happiness. The Eightfold Path, a fundamental teaching in Buddhism, offers a comprehensive guide for cultivating harmonious relationships. This path consists of 8 interconnected practices that lead to wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. When applied to relationships, these principles can foster understanding, respect, and compassion. Right view is the first step on the Eightfold Path and involves seeing things as they truly are. In relationships, this means recognizing the impermanent and interdependent nature of all beings. By understanding that everyone is subject to change and interconnectedness, we can develop empathy and patience towards our partners. Right intention involves committing to ethical and mental self-improvement. In the context of relationships, this means nurturing intentions of love, kindness, and non-harming. By setting positive intentions, we create a foundation of goodwill that can help navigate conflicts and misunderstandings. Right speech emphasizes the importance of speaking truthfully, kindly, and constructively. Effective communication is crucial in any relationship. Practicing right speech means avoiding gossip, harsh words, and deceit. Instead, we should strive to communicate openly and honestly while being mindful of our partner's feelings. Right action involves behaving in ways that are ethical and considerate. In relationships, this translates to actions that promote trust and respect. It means being faithful, supportive, and responsible. By aligning our actions with ethical principles, we build a solid foundation for mutual respect. Right livelihood encourages us to engage in work that does not harm others and contributes positively to society. While this principle primarily applies to one's profession, it also extends to how we contribute to our relationships. Engaging in activities that support the well-being of our partners and communities fosters a sense of shared purpose and harmony. Right effort is about cultivating positive states of mind while preventing negative ones. In relationships, This means making a continuous effort to nurture love, compassion, and understanding while letting go of anger, jealousy, and resentment. Consistent effort in maintaining a positive mindset can significantly enhance relationship dynamics. Right mindfulness involves being fully present in each moment with awareness and attention. Practicing mindfulness in relationships means actively listening to our partners without judgment or distraction. It allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, fostering deeper connections. Right concentration refers to developing deep focus and mental clarity through meditation practices. In relationships, this can help us remain calm and centered during challenging times. By cultivating concentration, we can approach relationship issues with a clear mind and a balanced perspective. By integrating the principles of the Eightfold Path into our relationships, we create an environment where mutual respect, understanding, and compassion can flourish. These practices not only enhance personal growth but also contribute to building strong, harmonious connections with others. Practicing mindfulness in interpersonal interactions is a cornerstone of fostering balanced and harmonious relationships according to Buddhist teachings. Mindfulness, or sati in Pali, involves being fully present and engaged in the current moment without judgment. When applied to relationships, this practice encourages individuals to listen deeply, respond thoughtfully, and remain aware of their own emotions and reactions. In the context of interpersonal interactions, mindfulness begins with active listening. This means giving your full attention to the person speaking, without planning your response while they are talking, or allowing your mind to wander. By truly hearing what the other person is saying, you demonstrate respect and empathy, which are essential for building trust and understanding. This level of attentiveness can prevent misunderstandings and reduce conflicts that often arise from miscommunication. Mindfulness also involves being aware of your own emotional state during interactions. Recognizing your feelings as they arise, whether they are anger, frustration, joy, or love, allows you to manage them more effectively. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose a response that aligns with your values and the well-being of the relationship. This self-awareness helps in maintaining equanimity and prevents the escalation of negative emotions. Another aspect of mindfulness in relationships is non-judgmental awareness. This means observing your partner's behavior and words without immediately labeling them as good or bad. By suspending judgment, you create a space for open dialogue and mutual understanding. This approach fosters a sense of safety and acceptance, encouraging both parties to express themselves honestly. Mindfulness also extends to recognizing the impermanent nature of all things, including emotions and situations within relationships. By understanding that feelings and circumstances are transient, you can approach challenges with a sense of calm and perspective. This awareness helps in not clinging to past grievances or future anxieties, allowing you to be fully present with your partner. Incorporating mindfulness into daily interactions can be practiced through simple exercises such as mindful breathing before responding in a conversation, or taking a moment to pause and reflect on your intentions before engaging in a discussion. These small practices can significantly enhance the quality of your interactions by promoting clarity, compassion, and connection. Ultimately, practicing mindfulness in interpersonal interactions nurtures a deeper connection with others by fostering an environment of presence, empathy, and non-judgmental awareness. It aligns with the Buddhist path of reducing suffering and increasing harmony in our lives and relationships. Cultivating compassion and loving kindness, known as metta in Buddhism, is a fundamental practice for fostering balanced and harmonious relationships. Metta is the unconditional love and benevolence that one extends to oneself and others without any expectation of return. This practice begins with self-compassion, recognizing that you must first be kind and loving towards yourself before you can genuinely extend these feelings to others. By acknowledging your own suffering and treating yourself with gentleness, you create a foundation of inner peace that radiates outward. In relationships, practicing metta involves actively wishing for the well-being and happiness of others. This can be done through formal meditation practices, where you silently repeat phrases such as, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," "May you be safe," may you live with ease, directed first towards yourself, then towards loved ones, acquaintances, and even those with whom you have conflicts. This practice helps to break down barriers of resentment and ill will, replacing them with empathy and understanding. Metta also encourages us to see beyond our own needs and desires, fostering a sense of interconnectedness. When we view others through the lens of loving kindness, we become more patient, forgiving, and supportive. This shift in perspective can transform how we respond to challenges within relationships. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, we approach situations with a calm and compassionate heart. Moreover, metta is not just about passive feelings, but also about active engagement. It calls for acts of kindness and generosity in our daily interactions. Simple gestures like listening attentively, offering help without being asked, or expressing gratitude can significantly enhance the quality of our relationships. These actions reinforce the bonds we share with others and create an environment where mutual respect and affection can flourish. In essence, cultivating compassion and loving kindness is a continuous practice that requires mindfulness and intention. It is about nurturing a genuine concern for the happiness of others while maintaining a balanced sense of self-love. By integrating metta into our lives, we can build stronger, more resilient relationships that are grounded in empathy, respect, and unconditional love. In the context of Buddhism, non-attachment is often misunderstood as a form of emotional detachment or indifference. However, true non-attachment is about cultivating a healthy relationship with our desires and emotions, rather than being devoid of them. In relationships, non-attachment means loving and caring for others without clinging to them or becoming overly dependent on their presence for our happiness. This approach fosters healthier, more balanced relationships by allowing each person to grow individually while still being connected. Non-attachment encourages us to appreciate our partners for who they are, rather than who we want them to be. It helps us to let go of unrealistic expectations and demands that can create tension and dissatisfaction. By practicing non-attachment, we learn to accept the natural ebb and flow of relationships, understanding that change is inevitable and that trying to control every aspect of our interactions can lead to suffering. Moreover, non-attachment does not mean neglecting responsibilities or avoiding commitment. Instead, it involves engaging fully in the relationship while maintaining a sense of inner freedom. This balance allows us to be present and supportive without losing ourselves in the process. It also enables us to handle conflicts and challenges with greater equanimity, as we are less likely to be swayed by intense emotions or rigid attachments. In practical terms, cultivating non-attachment in relationships can involve regular self-reflection and mindfulness practices. By observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can identify areas where attachment may be causing harm or imbalance. Meditation techniques such as loving kindness, metta, meditation can also help in developing a compassionate yet detached perspective towards our partners. Ultimately, non-attachment in relationships leads to a deeper sense of connection and harmony. It allows love to flourish naturally, free from the constraints of possessiveness and fear. By embracing this Buddhist principle, we can create relationships that are both nurturing and liberating, fostering mutual growth and understanding. In the realm of Buddhist teachings, the concept of impermanence, or anicca, is a fundamental principle that underscores the transient nature of all things. Embracing impermanence can profoundly impact how we navigate our relationships, fostering a sense of balance and harmony. Recognizing that everything is in a constant state of flux allows us to approach our relationships with greater flexibility and openness. This understanding helps us to let go of rigid expectations and attachments, which often lead to suffering when unmet. When we accept that change is inevitable, we become more adaptable and resilient in our interactions with others. This adaptability is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships, as it enables us to respond to the evolving needs and circumstances of both ourselves and our partners. By embracing change, we can appreciate the present moment without clinging to the past or fearing the future. This mindfulness fosters a deeper connection and appreciation for our loved ones, as we learn to value each moment spent together. Moreover, understanding impermanence encourages us to cultivate gratitude and compassion. When we realize that our time with others is limited, we are more likely to cherish and nurture those relationships. This perspective helps us to prioritize kindness and empathy, knowing that every interaction is an opportunity to express love and support. It also reminds us to forgive more readily, as holding on to grudges becomes less significant in the grand scheme of life's ever-changing nature. Embracing impermanence also means acknowledging that people grow and evolve over time. This awareness can prevent us from becoming overly attached to a fixed idea of who someone is or should be. Instead, we can support each other's personal growth and transformation, fostering a dynamic and enriching relationship. By letting go of the need for control and certainty, we create space for mutual respect and understanding. In practice, embracing impermanence involves regular self-reflection and mindfulness exercises. Meditation on the nature of change can help internalize this concept, making it easier to apply in daily life. Additionally, open communication about each other's evolving needs and desires can strengthen the bond between partners, ensuring that both parties feel heard and valued. Ultimately, by embracing impermanence and change, we cultivate a balanced approach to relationships that honors the fluidity of life. This mindset not only enhances our connections with others, but also brings a sense of peace and equanimity within ourselves. Through this acceptance, we learn to navigate the complexities of human interactions with grace and wisdom, creating a foundation for lasting harmony and fulfillment in our relationships. In the realm of Buddhist teachings, right speech is one of the critical components of the Noble Eightfold Path. It serves as a guiding principle for how we communicate with others, emphasizing the importance of truthfulness, kindness, and constructive dialogue. When applied to relationships, right speech can significantly enhance mutual understanding and respect, fostering a more balanced and harmonious connection. Right speech encourages us to abstain from lying, divisive speech, harsh words, and idle chatter. In relationships, this means being honest with our partners, while also being mindful of how our words might affect them. Honesty builds trust, but it must be tempered with compassion to avoid causing unnecessary harm. For instance, when addressing sensitive issues, it is crucial to choose words that convey our feelings without attacking or blaming the other person. This approach not only helps in resolving conflicts, but also strengthens the emotional bond between partners. Another aspect of right speech is avoiding divisive language that can create rifts between individuals. In relationships, this translates to refraining from gossiping about our partners or speaking ill of them behind their backs. Such behavior can erode trust and create an atmosphere of suspicion and resentment. Instead, focusing on positive communication and expressing appreciation for our partners can reinforce a sense of unity and shared purpose. Harsh words can be particularly damaging in close relationships. The teachings of right speech remind us to speak gently and kindly, even when we are upset or frustrated. This does not mean suppressing our emotions, but rather expressing them in a way that is respectful and constructive. For example, using I statements instead of you statements can help in communicating our feelings without sounding accusatory. Saying I feel hurt when, instead of you always make me feel, shifts the focus from blame to personal experience, making it easier for the other person to listen and empathize. Idle chatter or frivolous talk might seem harmless, but it can detract from meaningful communication in relationships. Right speech encourages us to engage in conversations that are purposeful and enriching. This doesn't mean every conversation needs to be profound. Rather, it suggests being present and attentive during interactions. Active listening is a key component here, truly hearing what the other person is saying without planning our response while they are still speaking. This practice fosters deeper connections and ensures that both parties feel valued and understood. Incorporating right speech into our daily interactions requires mindfulness and intentionality. It involves pausing before we speak to consider whether our words are true, kind, necessary, and beneficial. Over time, this practice can transform the way we communicate, leading to healthier and more balanced relationships. By adhering to the principles of right speech, we create an environment where open, honest, and compassionate communication thrives, laying the foundation for enduring harmony and mutual respect in all our relationships. Managing conflicts with equanimity is a crucial aspect of maintaining balance in relationships, and Buddhist teachings offer profound insights into achieving this state of calm and impartiality. Equanimity, or upekkha in Pali, refers to a balanced mental state that is undisturbed by the fluctuations of emotions, whether they are positive or negative. In the context of relationships, equanimity allows individuals to navigate conflicts without being overwhelmed by anger, frustration, or resentment. One of the fundamental principles in Buddhism that aids in managing conflicts is the understanding of impermanence, or anicca. Recognizing that all situations and emotions are transient can help individuals maintain perspective during disputes. When we understand that anger and frustration are temporary states, it becomes easier to approach conflicts with a sense of calm and patience. This awareness can prevent us from reacting impulsively and instead encourage thoughtful responses that contribute to resolution rather than escalation. Another important aspect is the practice of mindfulness, or sati. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. In conflict situations, mindfulness allows us to become aware of our immediate reactions and the underlying causes of our distress. By observing our emotions mindfully, we can choose to respond with clarity and compassion rather than reacting out of habit or defensiveness. This mindful approach fosters a more constructive dialogue and helps de-escalate tensions. Compassion, or karuna, also plays a vital role in managing conflicts with equanimity. When we cultivate compassion for ourselves and others, we are more likely to approach conflicts with an open heart and a willingness to understand the other person's perspective. Compassion encourages us to look beyond our own needs and consider the suffering or challenges that may be influencing the other person's behavior. This empathetic stance can transform adversarial interactions into opportunities for mutual understanding and healing. The practice of right speech, one of the elements of the Noble Eightfold Path, is essential in conflict resolution. Right speech involves speaking truthfully, kindly, and constructively. During conflicts, it is important to communicate our feelings and needs without resorting to blame or harsh words. By expressing ourselves with honesty and respect, we create an environment where both parties feel heard and valued. This respectful communication lays the groundwork for finding common ground and resolving differences amicably. Equanimity also involves letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. Often, conflicts arise because we cling to our desires or expectations about how things should be. By practicing non-attachment, we can remain open to various possibilities and solutions. This flexibility allows us to adapt to changing circumstances and find resolutions that are acceptable to all parties involved. In summary, managing conflicts with equanimity requires a combination of mindfulness, compassion, right speech, and non-attachment. By integrating these Buddhist principles into our interactions, we can approach conflicts with a balanced mind and a compassionate heart. This not only helps in resolving disputes, but also strengthens the overall harmony and resilience of our relationships. In the context of Buddhist teachings, self-reflection and personal growth are essential components for achieving balance in relationships. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of looking inward to understand one's own mind, emotions, and behaviors. This introspective practice allows individuals to identify their strengths and weaknesses, thereby fostering a deeper sense of self-awareness. Self-reflection is not merely about recognizing one's flaws, but also about acknowledging positive qualities and potential for growth. By cultivating this awareness, individuals can approach their relationships with greater clarity and authenticity. Personal growth in Buddhism is often linked to the concept of self-improvement through ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. The practice of self-reflection encourages individuals to examine their actions and intentions regularly. This continuous process of evaluation helps in identifying patterns that may be detrimental to harmonious relationships. For instance, recognizing tendencies towards anger, jealousy, or attachment can prompt one to work on these aspects, thereby reducing conflicts and misunderstandings in relationships. Moreover, self-reflection fosters empathy and compassion. When individuals take the time to understand their own suffering and challenges, they become more attuned to the experiences of others. This empathetic understanding is crucial for nurturing compassionate relationships. It allows individuals to respond to their partners with kindness and patience, rather than reacting impulsively out of ignorance or frustration. Personal growth also involves setting intentions for positive change. In Buddhism, this is often guided by the principles of the Eightfold Path, which includes right intention, right effort, and right mindfulness. By aligning one's actions with these principles, individuals can cultivate virtues such as honesty, integrity, and respect within their relationships. This alignment not only enhances personal well-being, but also contributes to the overall health and balance of the relationship. Furthermore, self-reflection and personal growth are ongoing processes that require commitment and perseverance. They are not one-time activities, but lifelong practices that evolve with time and experience. Engaging in regular meditation, journaling, or seeking guidance from a spiritual teacher can support this journey of self-discovery and improvement. In conclusion, the importance of self-reflection and personal growth in Buddhist teachings cannot be overstated when it comes to finding balance in relationships. These practices enable individuals to develop a deeper understanding of themselves, cultivate empathy and compassion for others, and align their actions with ethical principles. By committing to this path of continuous self-improvement, individuals can create more harmonious and fulfilling relationships, grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Building trust and mutual respect in relationships is a cornerstone of harmonious living, and Buddhist teachings offer profound insights into how these can be cultivated. Trust is not something that can be demanded or expected. It must be earned through consistent actions, honesty, and integrity. In Buddhism, the practice of right speech, one of the elements of the Noble Eightfold Path, emphasizes speaking truthfully and avoiding deceit. By committing to honesty in our interactions, we lay a foundation for trust. When our words align with our actions, others come to see us as reliable and trustworthy. Mutual respect, on the other hand, involves recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every individual. The Buddhist principle of non-harming, ahimsa, encourages us to treat others with kindness and consideration. This means listening actively when others speak, valuing their opinions, and acknowledging their feelings. Respect also involves understanding that each person has their own path and experiences that shape their perspectives. By practicing empathy and putting ourselves in others' shoes, we foster an environment where mutual respect can flourish. In addition to these principles, the practice of mindfulness plays a crucial role in building trust and respect. Mindfulness helps us become more aware of our thoughts, words, and actions, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When we are mindful in our interactions, we are more likely to communicate with clarity and compassion, further strengthening the bonds of trust and respect. Another important aspect is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges or past mistakes can erode trust and respect over time. Buddhism teaches the importance of letting go of anger and resentment through practices like loving-kindness meditation, mettabhana. By cultivating a forgiving heart, we create space for healing and renewal in our relationships. Finally, it is essential to recognize that building trust and mutual respect is an ongoing process. It requires continuous effort and commitment from all parties involved. Regular self-reflection can help us stay aligned with these values. By examining our behavior and making necessary adjustments, we ensure that we are contributing positively to our relationships. In summary, building trust and mutual respect in relationships through Buddhist teachings involves practicing honesty, empathy, mindfulness, forgiveness, and continuous self-reflection. These principles not only strengthen our connections with others, but also lead to more fulfilling and harmonious relationships. Balancing individual needs with relationship dynamics is a nuanced endeavor that requires a deep understanding of both self and others. In Buddhism, the concept of interdependence teaches us that while we are distinct individuals, our lives are intricately connected with those around us. This interconnectedness suggests that the well-being of one person can significantly impact the well-being of another, especially within close relationships. To achieve balance, it is essential to honor and respect one's own needs, while also being attuned to the needs of the partner or loved ones. One fundamental aspect of balancing individual needs with relationship dynamics is self-awareness. By practicing mindfulness, individuals can become more attuned to their own emotions, desires, and boundaries. This heightened awareness allows for a clearer understanding of what one truly needs in a relationship, whether it be space, support, or communication. Mindfulness also helps in recognizing when one's actions or expectations may be imposing on the partner's well-being. Equally important is the practice of compassionate listening. In Buddhism, listening with compassion means fully engaging with the other person's perspective without judgment or interruption. This practice fosters an environment where both parties feel heard and valued. When each person feels understood, it becomes easier to negotiate and find compromises that honor both sets of needs. Non-attachment plays a crucial role in maintaining balance as well. While it is natural to have desires and expectations in relationships, clinging too tightly to specific outcomes can lead to suffering. By embracing non-attachment, individuals can approach their relationships with a sense of openness and flexibility. This does not mean detachment or indifference, but rather a willingness to adapt and grow together without being overly fixated on rigid expectations. Another key element is setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not barriers, but guidelines that help maintain mutual respect and understanding. Clear communication about personal limits and needs can prevent misunderstandings and resentment from building up over time. It is important for both parties to express their boundaries honestly and respectfully, ensuring that these boundaries are honored within the relationship. Balancing individual needs with relationship dynamics also involves regular self-reflection and personal growth. By continually examining one's own behavior and motivations, individuals can identify areas where they may need to adjust their approach for the betterment of the relationship. Personal growth often leads to greater emotional resilience and a deeper capacity for empathy, both of which are invaluable in maintaining harmony within relationships. Ultimately, achieving balance between individual needs and relationship dynamics is an ongoing process that requires patience, effort, and mutual respect. By integrating Buddhist principles such as mindfulness, compassionate listening, non-attachment, healthy boundaries, and self-reflection into daily interactions, individuals can cultivate relationships that are both fulfilling and harmonious. Incorporating practical exercises and meditations into your daily routine can significantly enhance the balance in your relationships. One effective exercise is the practice of mindful listening. This involves fully concentrating on what the other person is saying without planning your response or getting distracted by your own thoughts. By doing so, you show genuine interest and respect for their perspective, which fosters deeper understanding and connection. Another valuable practice is the loving-kindness meditation, metta bhavana. This meditation involves silently repeating phrases such as, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," "May you be safe," "May you live with ease," while visualizing yourself, a loved one, a neutral person, and even someone with whom you have conflict. This helps to cultivate compassion and empathy, essential components for balanced relationships. Engaging in regular self-reflection through journaling can also be beneficial. Take time each day to write about your interactions and feelings. Reflect on moments where you felt balanced and those where you did not. Consider what triggered these feelings and how you can apply Buddhist principles like non-attachment and equanimity to improve future interactions. Practicing gratitude is another powerful exercise. Each day, make a list of things you appreciate about your partner or other significant people in your life. Sharing this gratitude with them can strengthen your bond and create a positive atmosphere in your relationship. Meditation focused on impermanence can help you embrace change within your relationships. Spend a few minutes each day contemplating the transient nature of life and relationships. This can help you let go of unrealistic expectations and appreciate the present moment with your loved ones. Lastly, Incorporate breathing exercises to manage stress and maintain emotional balance during conflicts. Simple techniques like deep belly breathing or alternate nostril breathing can calm your mind and body, allowing you to approach disagreements with a clearer perspective and greater patience. By integrating these practical exercises and meditations into your daily life, you can create a more harmonious and balanced dynamic in your relationships, grounded in the timeless wisdom of Buddhist teachings. Real-life examples and case studies can provide valuable insights into how Buddhist teachings can be applied to find balance in relationships. Consider the story of Sarah and John, a couple who had been struggling with constant arguments and misunderstandings. Both were committed to making their relationship work, but found themselves trapped in a cycle of blame and resentment. They decided to explore Buddhist teachings as a means to improve their relationship. By studying the Four Noble Truths, they began to understand that their suffering was rooted in unrealistic expectations and attachments. They realized that by letting go of these attachments and focusing on the present moment, they could reduce their conflicts significantly. Sarah and John also incorporated the Eightfold Path into their daily lives. They practiced right speech by communicating more mindfully, avoiding harsh words, and speaking with kindness and honesty. This change in communication style helped them to express their needs without causing harm to each other. They also engaged in mindfulness meditation together, which allowed them to become more aware of their own emotions and reactions. This practice helped them to respond rather than react during disagreements, fostering a more peaceful and understanding environment. Another example is the story of Lisa, who struggled with feelings of jealousy and insecurity in her friendships. She found solace in the practice of metta, or loving kindness meditation. By regularly sending thoughts of love and compassion to herself and others, Lisa gradually transformed her mindset. She began to see her friends' successes as sources of joy rather than threats. This shift not only improved her relationships, but also brought her a deeper sense of inner peace. In a workplace setting, consider the case of Mark, a manager who faced conflicts with his team members due to his authoritative leadership style. Inspired by Buddhist principles, Mark started practicing non-attachment by letting go of his need for control. He embraced the concept of impermanence, understanding that change is inevitable and that clinging to rigid methods would only lead to more stress. By adopting a more flexible approach and encouraging open communication, Mark was able to build trust and mutual respect within his team. These real-life examples illustrate how Buddhist teachings can be practically applied to create more balanced and harmonious relationships. Whether it's through mindfulness, compassionate communication, or embracing change, these principles offer valuable tools for navigating the complexities of human interactions. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can cultivate healthier relationships that are grounded in understanding, respect, and genuine connection. In conclusion, finding balance in relationships through Buddhist teachings is a profound and transformative journey. By integrating the principles of Buddhism into our daily interactions, we can cultivate more harmonious and fulfilling connections with others. The Four Noble Truths provide a foundational understanding of the nature of suffering and its cessation, guiding us to approach relationships with greater awareness and compassion. The Eightfold Path offers practical steps for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, which are essential for nurturing healthy relationships. Practicing mindfulness allows us to be fully present in our interactions, fostering deeper understanding and empathy. Cultivating compassion and loving kindness, metta, helps us to extend genuine care and concern towards others, creating a supportive and loving environment. Embracing non-attachment enables us to appreciate our relationships without clinging or possessiveness, while accepting impermanence reminds us to cherish each moment and adapt to change gracefully. Effective communication rooted in right speech promotes honesty, kindness, and clarity, reducing misunderstandings and conflicts. When conflicts do arise, managing them with equanimity ensures that we remain calm and balanced, addressing issues constructively. Self-reflection and personal growth are crucial for recognizing our own patterns and making positive changes that benefit our relationships. Building trust and mutual respect forms the foundation of any strong relationship, while balancing individual needs with relationship dynamics ensures that both partners feel valued and fulfilled. Practical exercises and meditations can further enhance our ability to maintain balance in relationships, providing tools for ongoing growth and connection. Real-life examples and case studies illustrate the practical application of these teachings, demonstrating their effectiveness in various contexts. Ultimately, by embracing Buddhist principles in our relationships, we can create a more peaceful, compassionate, and balanced world for ourselves and those around us. To keep expanding your spiritual awareness, click one of the videos on screen now.